This is Understand the Times, a radio program dedicated to equipping the church with biblical insights for contemporary issues. As an author and lecturer, Roger Oakland speaks internationally on a wide variety of topics. Roger helps us understand and analyze past events, today's headlines, and even things yet to take place. Now, to help us understand the times, here's Roger.
I can recall the experience as if it happened yesterday. It was a sub-zero night in the winter of 1961. I was 14 years old. A large number of people had gathered to hear a high-powered evangelist speak about heaven and hell in our local high school auditorium. I'd gone to the crusade because my mother said I had to go. Although I attended church regularly, this meeting was different. All night, the evangelist paced back and forth on the platform, yelling at the top of his voice. At the end of the meeting, he asked who wanted to go to heaven. As everyone's head was bowed and eyes were closed, I lifted my hand up into the air. Of course, I didn't want to go to hell. Who would? Then the evangelist said something that surprised me. He told those who had lifted their hands to stand up and walk to the front of the room. You must make a public stand if you're going to follow Jesus, he bellowed. Get up out of your chairs and walk down to the front of the auditorium and get saved. My heart seemed to stop beating. Is he talking about me? How could I do that? There are people here who know me. They will think I'm completely crazy. These and other thoughts shot through my mind. The evangelist made 2 more appeals. Each time his words were more intimidating. Still I sat glued to my chair, my feet stuck to the floor. It was at that moment that something dramatic happened. An old lady seated behind me tapped me on the shoulder and whispered hoarsely in my ear. "Sonny, I saw that you put your hand up," she said. "God wants you to go to the front and get saved. You don't want to burn in hell, do you?" I had already been in a state of trauma. Now I was in a fit of despair. Feelings of anger gripped me. I felt like I'd been tricked. Suddenly, I jumped out of my chair, bolted to the back of the auditorium, forced open the door, and ran non-stop 1.5 miles home. Even now, as I relive this experience, the same emotions replay in my mind. After running home from the evangelist's plea to follow Christ, I continued to run, not from the evangelist, but from God. I ran for another 16 years. It was not until I was 30 years of age that I realized I had made a serious mistake. Although the little old lady in the high school auditorium may have been wrong in the way she challenged me, I discovered later in life what she and the evangelist had to say was true. Although I have nothing against evangelists, my personal belief is that every believer should be an evangelist by sharing their faith with others, one-to-one, and not using theatrics as a means of manipulating people to make a decision for Christ. I'm Roger Oakland. This has been a biblical perspective to understand the times.
Please visit www.understandthetimes.org for more information, to order materials, or to contact the ministry. Sign up for our free newsletter, news alerts, and commentaries. You can also contact us by telephone toll-free at 1-800-689-1888. That's 1-800-689-1888.
Jesus said, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations." From Myanmar to Kenya, Understand the Times has helped to establish over 40 homes to care for the poor widows and orphans in the Philippines, South Africa, Myanmar, and Kenya. To find out how you can get involved as a supporting partner for any of these countries, please visit our website at understandthetimes.org. That's understandthetimes.org. Partner with us as we desire to reach the nations with the gospel of Jesus.